What's good YouTube, it's Adam from Music Mogul and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm going to show you the sample that was used in Playboi Carti's 2024. The song samples a 12-year-old song uploaded to SoundCloud called Jacob Ladder by Yao. This goes to show you that any song that you upload can actually turn into a hit. You never know. This song has been sitting there for 12 years until the producers picked this song up and sampled it. The artist Yao even says, "I can't believe Carti brought you here. This song is ancient." So what you want to do is download that track and then bring it into Logic. But before we do that, I'm going to change our tempo over to automatic mode, and then I'm going to drag in that track. So we're going to make sure we're starting on the one here. Logic will analyze the track and figure out the tempo so that we can easily chop up the parts that we need to. Now I know exactly where to go after listening to the entire track, but here's where you got to go to. First bar you want to go to is bar 10. So we want that every little once in a while. We can start there. Every little once in a while, you find yourself for something's. We can just take as much as we need, but we don't need the entire part. Next, we're going to jump forward to bar 30. So we want to take that when the darkness falls. Once again, we don't need it. We're just going to take the darkness falls from that part, but we'll leave the rest in there. The next spot we're going to jump to is bar 50. Now, some of these parts are going to sound exactly the same, but they are slightly different, and that's why we need to grab each one of them. So at bar 50, we're going to take this one right here. So when the darkness falls. Then we're going to jump up to bar 64. So we just want that walls part right there. And then we got one more sample that's going to layer up that around part, a fifth sample. I know I've seen a lot of videos online that show only 4 samples, but I think there's actually a 5th sample in there. So we're going to go to that right now. It's at bar 69. There's a little bit more harmony in the around you part, and I feel like that's needed on some of the around you parts. So you'll know what I mean in a moment. We're going to chop that up here and here as well. So now that we got all of our edits in place, let's go ahead and extract the vocals from this. To extract the vocals, we're going to use a free service by BandLab called Splitter. We're going to go ahead and upload our song, and it's actually going to separate the vocals, drums, bass, and others. We just want the vocals, but it extracts all of it. We're going to hit split. We'll give it a moment, and then it's going to give us the split tracks. Here is the vocals soloed out. So we just want the vocals, so we're going to make sure that this is soloed, and we're going to go download one stem. And once that is downloaded, let's bring that into our Logic session. We're going to drag that in right here. And what we want to make sure here is that we are lined up with our instrumental. This way it gives us an easy way to just chop up the vocals. So what we're going to do is just move our playhead over to the start of the original song right here. We're going to right click on this region, and we're going to select move to playhead position. This way it gets exactly lined up where it needs to go. And this way we can go ahead and make our chops accordingly. Let's go ahead and just chop it up what we need. We're just going to chop up right here, chop up the exact spots, and we're going to rename these regions so it makes it easy for us to remember. So this one is once in a while. Let's go to our next chop. All right, so now that we got it all chopped up, let's go ahead and bring that into a drum machine designer so we can get to sampling. So we're going to take that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to make sure they're all highlighted. We're going to select and hold, bring that into a drum machine designer. And now we have those samples laid out on our keyboard. Now the first thing we want to do is just change the tempo to the 2024 tracks tempo. So for that, we're going to create a new tempo set here. Let's just mute this out. We don't need it. We'll create a new tempo set by going to tempo, new set, and we'll just call this 2024. And the tempo is 74 beats per minute, or you can do double time at 148 beats per minute. But let's go with 74 for here. And we're just going to go all the way to beginning and we will get to our sampling. So let's open up Logic's Drum Machine Designer and let's just edit our sounds that we need. So I'm gonna open up my... So for this, we just need the every once in a while. I'm gonna change it over to classic. So I control the length of it with my keyboard. We're gonna go over to the Q sampler details. We're gonna change the polyphony to mono, and we're gonna change our pitch up to semitones. And we're gonna do the same thing for each sample. So let's go over to our second one here.
When the darkness falls, or when the darkness falls.
So this one is Darkness Falls. So we're just gonna take the Darkness Falls.
Darkness falls around.
But we don't want the entire falls part.
Darkness fall. Darkness fall. Darkness fall. Darkness fall. Darkness fall. Darkness fall.
All right, that's good enough. Then we'll go to our detail section, and we're just gonna change the pitch up to semitones.
Darkness fall. Every little once in darkness fall.
All right, let's go to our around. Once again, change this over to mono and pull up the pitch by 2. Go to our Q sampler.
When the darkness falls around.
All right, next we'll go to the falls part. Let's go over to here, change it over to mono, and change our pitch to 2 semitones up once again. And we don't need that other part. We'll just soften up the attack because there's a little click there. All right, let's go to our last around. Go to mono, and once again, pull it up by 2 semitones. So we don't want it where it starts to delay out. We just want that right there. Now that we got all our samples edited, let's go ahead and draw in our pattern.
Darkness, 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 darkness fall, darkness falls, darkness falls, darkness falls.
Just gonna open up my Drum Machine Designer once again and go to Around You and make sure that's on classic mode. This way I control the length of it because I hear some of that delay in there.
Darkness falls, darkness falls.
All right, and that's pretty much just duplicates itself 3 times over. We're gonna take out this part. Let's stretch out the falls here a bit. And then last but not least, we'll put in the every once in a while.
Darkness falls, darkness falls, darkness falls. Every little once in a while.
And that is pretty much the sample. Next, we'll just add in some effects. So the first thing we're gonna do is bring in an EQ and just take out some of the top end.
Darkness falls, darkness falls.
And then we're gonna go ahead and bring in some modulation. We'll go to Modulation Ensemble. We use the default setting that loads up.
Darkness falls,
Just bring down the mix a bit.
darkness falls, darkness falls. Every little once in a while.
And then we'll go ahead and bring in some reverb as well. Let's bring in Logic's Chroma Reverb.
Darkness falls, darkness falls.
Altogether, it sounds like this.
Darkness falls, darkness falls, darkness falls. Every little once in a while.
So that right there is a sample used in Playboi Carti's track 2024. If you do have any questions on this or just want to chat or have any suggestions for future videos, let's talk down below. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Later. Peace.